TB. We buy them with our own money. It's not foreign funding. 90% of all the ARVs are bought from our own fiscus, and 10% is covered by the Global Fund. But we need to be on our own. Coming to research, there's an amount of money, yes, that is used by universities for research. And that research is not only for South Africa, it's for the whole world, including even the US itself. It benefits from that research in many ways that I'll explain later, but I'm in a hurry now. So at the moment, all we said is this: we're not going to roll over and say, oh, we're going to die because money has been, no, we're not doing that. That's why even 3 weeks after the first announcement, we launched a campaign to look for 1.1 million people to put on ARVs. 1.1 million people who are HIV positive. We must reach them by December. Today we are launching a campaign, even with those announcements, to look for 5 million people and screen them for TB and put them on treatment. So we are marching on. We're not sitting in self-pity and crying, because we believe this crisis should not go to waste. It's a wake-up call to say, please stand up on your own.
Thank you, Minister. Maybe just the last one on my side. How serious would you say is your concern when you're looking at people spreading the disease unknowingly? Or how serious is your concern as a department?
We are extremely serious, extremely so. That's why you see us standing up. Fortunately, I'm not only talking for South Africa. In 2013, I was elected to be the chairperson of the International Board of Stop TB Partnership, because the World Health Organization and United Nations established a body called Stop TB, which is based in Geneva. I was chairing it. And all this information about what's happening about TB in the world, we know about it, is worrisome. And why is it worrisome? This is a centuries-old disease. It's a disease that was was found by Robert Koch in 1882. 1882, you can imagine how many years back. But it's still giving us a tough time. Number one, is the biggest killer of all infectious disease. Yesterday, I mentioned something, even last week, with journalists, and they thought I was lying. If you take diseases like cholera, Ebola, bubonic plague, HIV/AIDS itself, yellow fever, malaria, influenza, COVID-19, add all those together, all of them add them. TB has killed more people than them. All of them added together. But those diseases make people run around, they scare them, and they are very active. TB, no. It's not, so it worries us. In fact, in this meeting in 2013, which was in the Seattle in USA, they actually called brand expert and marketing expert and say, can you use your expertise to teach us? How do we energize the community about TB? They are energized about all these other diseases, but not TB, when actually it's #1 killer. I must tell you, it was a difficult thing, because I don't remember us getting a good answer. But the small answer we have is that, as I always said, the problem is TB is that it's not a drama queen. It doesn't announce itself with drums and majorettes when it comes. It comes very silently, but kills very effectively. And people die after a long time in isolated areas. Like, our calculation is that TB kills 10 people every hour in our country. But they die in separate areas very silently. Nobody can see it. I was giving an example about the mines, that when there are rock falls in the mines, you'll hear from the unions. They will, and justifiably so, because it's something that happens suddenly. We are with somebody, the following minute is dead. But I was showing them that actually mine workers die more from TB than rock falls. If you put all the rock falls that ever happened in the mines in our country, TB killed more people than those. But they are killed away from the unions, from the place of work, after a long time of getting sick. And that is the problem with TB.
Thank you very much.